What's up, you guys? Coming at you with another video. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to come on. It's been a while since I've made a video. Happy belated 4th of July. So I just wanted to come on here with a Q&A to chat with you guys a little bit and to say what's up and to spend a little time with you guys and to say hello. But just to spend a little time. I know it's been a while since my last video. So I just wanted to do a Q&A, music edition, and so without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the very first question is, ladies and gentlemen, the very first question is, if you had a theme song, what would the title be, and how would you want to record it? This Q&A is a music edition Q&A, because for those of you who don't know, I like to make music, and I like to sing, and I like to be creative in that way. So this Q&A is all things music. And that was the very first question. My answer to that question would be work in progress. Keep on moving. Watch out. So why would that be my choice? I think Keep On Moving is a good name for a theme song because it encourages you to not give up. Don't give up. Keep trying no matter what people have to say. If you're a scholar, continue to study. If you're a musician, continue to go to your lessons. If continue to or write or journal or sing, continue to practice every day. I don't know, whatever it is you're striving for, keep on moving. If you're down in the dirt, keep on moving, don't stay there. Because you got this, and maybe you don't know that, or maybe you don't know that. So so I think having that maybe positive encouragement, positive reinforcement would be something that every time you turn it on, keep on moving on. It'll be, it's a nice intro to the show. Even though that's a song, I think that's a song already. Keep on moving, don't stop, no. Yeah, I think that's a song already. Alright, next question, ladies and gentlemen. The next question is, who's your favorite Supreme and why? That's a good one. My parents put me on to a lot of old school music, and however, the Supremes, I would just have to say Diana Ross, because I'm most familiar with her. She has such a big, the glamorousness of it, Diana Ross. So, shout out to the other girls. I don't know. I'm sure it's because of my generation. I'm sure if I was like, I grew up in the generation, I would know more background about the other Supreme members. But I know mostly of Diana Ross, and so I would have to say Diana Ross. So shout out to Diana Ross. Stop in the Name of Love is one of my favorites, though, by the Supremes. It's one of my favorite records. I like to sing the slow version, the slowed down version. Okay, next question. What album cover moves you the most? What album cover moves you the most? Well, what comes to mind is Michael Jackson, Thriller. Beyonce, her first lead solo record with the Diamond Situation, 2003. Mary Mary J. Blige. She always gives a good face. Like, Mary J. Blige always gives a good face on her records whenever she comes out. Everybody does. Beyonce did too. Like that first record. I feel like that was, maybe I was too young to appreciate like the nuance, but that was a moment, was it not? Like, I was really young, but I remember my aunt taking me to go get that record, or she took me alongside with her to go get that album, and that was really cool. That's a memory that I always have. We were in the car. Yeah, that was back when maybe there was hype around records, and that was her first album. That was her first lead. It was so it was just an exciting time, and I just remember, it was cool to be alongside that, that whole, even if that has kind of slowed down or died out a little bit, the excitement of going to get a record, when it first came out. Looking back in hindsight, I think, I'm blessed to say that I experienced that, even if I wasn't the one going to get the record. It was my aunt at the time. But yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. That excitement for an artist. But anyways, so yeah. I think I would say moves you the most. Maybe that one. What is your favorite Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell duet? I think I have to do some research, because while I am aware of Marvin Gaye, I'm not aware of a Tammy Terrell duet. My father would probably know a lot about that. He's a huge Marvin Gaye fan. He actually has some vinyls right here. Let me see. See, I didn't even have to look that long. Here's a vinyl. Yeah, my pops is a huge Marvin Gaye fan, and so I gotta do some research. So but I'd probably say that would be my answer to that question. Next question is, if you could invite 3 artists, living or dead, to dinner, who would you choose and why? I think Whitney Houston. I'll just say Whitney Houston. Michael Jackson. Definitely Whitney Houston, because I feel like, like when Whitney was in the store and she was just like having a good time. I just feel like she would be a lot of fun, and she could talk to you, and like you could circle, like the conversation will go from silly, but you can also circle back to around a serious note that could leave you feeling encouraged. I think I'd say Whitney Houston, Sammy Davis Jr., Prince. I think I'd like to talk to Prince. I think Prince would make me a little nervous though, and the why. I think I say why because, the why for Whitney, because I think Whitney would be a lot of fun. I think Sammy Davis Jr., I've seen interviews of him, and I think he'd be a lot of fun too. I think Prince, I'm just interested to talk to Prince. I think Prince would be, talk with him and maybe just listen and learn from him musically, or if he wanted to though, like if he didn't want to talk about music, because a lot of people are, maybe some people are like that. Maybe a lot of people actually would prefer not to talk about music because that's what they have to talk about all day long. So this next question is kind of the next question is, what song do you want played at your funeral? If I had to pick, even though that's a very, you don't want to have to think of those types of decisions. I don't know. I was just thinking about this the other day. I really love this song, My Heart Will Go On. I love that song. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? But I love that song. Maybe that song My goodness, I love that song. I love it. Like it's great. Like it is great. I love that song. So maybe that song. And then Why? I think I just gave very yeah, Why? If you had a late night show, which group would you choose to be your house band? I think the Isley Brothers. Probably the Isley Brothers. What's your favorite movie soundtrack? My favorite movie soundtrack, The Bodyguard, or maybe Hercules, or Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls, I love that soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. Yeah, some of those. What was the first song that made you want to fall in love? I don't know if I ever had that feeling. Maybe My Heart Will Go On. Maybe. What albums do you wish you could have been in the studio during the recording session? My Heart Will Go On. No. That's gonna be like every answer. Maybe though, you know, those big belts, those big belted ballads with any amazing powerhouse singer, probably any classic record that most people are aware of. What's your favorite song about summer? Will Smith, Summertime. You just won a coffee date with Erykah Badu. What do you wear? And what do you order? I just won a coffee date with Erykah Badu. What do I wear? Maybe just something loose, you know, something nice. Obviously you don't, you know, dress up. You do a little something that's authentic to you, and something that is, you know, it's kind of zhuzh it up a bit. You know, you want to live life to the fullest, so you want to, you know, come dressed to impress. Whatever is, I guess. Well, for me personally, I would probably wear something maybe silky, something a little loose. Maybe my chest out a little bit. Maybe a little, you know, necklace of some sort. Maybe some jeans. What would I order? I think I'd order maybe. I need to up my coffee game. My coffee game isn't the best. So I'd probably order maybe a caramel frappuccino. Yeah, I need to really do better with my coffee game. But I'm slowly learning. I've been trying a lot of different coffees lately. So yeah. But so yeah, that would probably be what I get. I would ask her what she recommends. I'd be like, "What do you recommend? Do you recommend? What do you recommend? Are you a coffee person?" I find it interesting that the prompt is a coffee date, because I'm not even a coffee person. But I'd be like, "Hey, I'm not really a coffee person. Do you recommend any coffees?" So yeah, start there maybe. Or I'd ask her, you know, after I order my coffee, what coffee do you usually like to order? You know, just common pleasantries. I'd ask her. That'd be interesting. What does Erykah Badu order? You know, because you know how she's, you know, there's the idea of her is so, you know, like she has a lot of to just hear her order something basic, or you know, something very common would be, I don't know, maybe that'd be interesting. Like, hey, I'm not actually I just like, you know, coffee. Black's Too Sugar, but I don't know. Who told the better story in the boys' mind? Monica or Brandy? Ooh. Who told the better story, Monica or Brandy? That is a touchy question. That I told the better story. Who's what? I'm like, they both did phenomenally. I actually remember listening to that record for the first time in a very appreciative state, and to just that's my answer to the previous question. I think the previous question was, that's my answer to the previous question. I think the previous question was, what albums do you wish you could have been in the studio during the recording sessions? For this song, that song. For one, just starting off, their voices are crazy. Like they're vocalists, they're singers, they're top tier vocalists. I believe Darkchild did that record. Like how he I'm not sure how the ideas came about, or who pitched what, or how they decided to come to the conclusion that they did. But that was to hear how they matched up with each other, and how they made their voices, how they did what they did with their voices. It's I remember at the end when they were it was just real. I was just listening to that record and I was like, wow, their vibratos, they're like neck and neck. Because when you're that good and someone's able to hang with you the way that they're hanging with each other, I love that record. I just remember listening to them and the things that they were doing with their voices in syncly. That record would be one for my previous question. I'm sorry that answer was so long. All right, you guys, I think that was most of the questions. Oh, here's another one. What are your top 3 favorite music videos? I think you have to go with Michael Jackson's Thriller is one of them. Whitney Houston's I Will Always Dance With Somebody. I like that music video a lot. I think maybe Crazy in Love is one of them too. So Crazy in Love by Beyonce. So I think Michael Jackson's Thriller, Whitney Houston's I Will Always Dance With Somebody, or I Want to Dance With Somebody, I Will Always Dance. And My Heart Will Always Go On. I think, maybe that one. I think maybe My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Thank you guys for sticking around. Once again, you're going to be seeing me posting a lot more. So be sure to check out some things that I've been working on. And, I appreciate you guys for sticking around and for hanging out. And